My name is Achola Lillian. My netball career began way back there. I don't recall the year, but I remember I was very young. I think I was in P3 by then, when my sisters used to go for their training at Wamtwe in Chibuli. At first, actually, I never thought that I would play netball. But by then, I used to go with them, like they used to go with me. Actually, our mom used not to stay at home, so they had nowhere to leave me, so they decided to go with me all the time. They used to go for their training. I remember their coach was called Seguya. Yeah, when we went there, they could train.
Yes.
Actually, I think I used to be a ball girl.
Oh, okay.
Because whenever the balls went out, like out of the court, I could run, get them, then pick them, give them back to them. By then, after some time, like P4, I went to P5, then at our primary school.
Yes.
That's when I thought I could play netball. I was in P5, used to go for those zones. But by then I was a shooter, playing goal attack.
Yes, yes.
Played from there. My bigger sister called Nnalubaale. She saw that I could play netball.
Yes.
Then she connected me to Coach Badru. Then Coach Badru took me to Nnalubaale Primary School in PG.
Yes, yes.
In P6. That's when I started playing the good netball I'm playing right now. Okay. But by then, when I went, I used to play GS, goal attack. Those were my positions. I was a good shooter by then.
Okay.
From there, I went to Kakungulu Memorial School at Chivuli. Still played the same positions. But then my coach, after Coach Badru leaving Nnalubaale, that's when Coach John and Coach Nnalubaale came in. So they used to be my coaches. Yeah. After then, I went to Kakungulu, reason being that by then I'd lost my mother.
Oh, sorry.
So my family thought that maybe I needed to study around, like near home, where they could come and see me. Then after then, I saw that I could not make it at Kakungulu because they weren't that interested in sports. So I decided to talk to my dad, and I was like, why don't I go to where my coach is? Because he wanted me to go there ever since. From the moment I joined secondary, actually, he wanted to take me in senior one. Then I talked to my dad. I told him at Kakungulu, that sport is not okay. Anytime they will chase us away. He was like, okay, it's okay, you can go. That is when Coach Nnalubaale took me to St. Julian. St. Julian High School, guys. It was like, I'm short, there's no way I can play GS or goal attack. And the huge and top people in secondary schools playing those positions. So he took me to center. When he took me to center, I was the worst mid-court player by then. But within that period, I remember it was a camp. We were in camp, and we were only 3 who reported, and we were all new.
Yes.
So from that moment, he taught me and said that you start playing wing attack. I started with wing attack, but still played center. Because we only had one center player, she could not play all the time alone. So he gave me the chance to play center position.
Yes.
Yeah. After then, I think I used not to perform well as I used to in senior one. And people could say at Julia, they don't study, they're ever in sports. After then, but it's not because St. Julian did not teach. It is us who had big head. Like you could go to class, whenever you see a teacher getting us sick, you run out instead of beating you, telling me go back and sleep than beating me. Yeah, and you could miss some exams. Reason being, we are the giants. My dad said, no, you won't go on. As in, your academics are not okay, your papers are fake, what. That is when Nnalubaale came in and said, let's take her to Slender. I refused. I told Nnalubaale, when I go to Slender, I won't play. There are good players there. But I was in senior 2. I'm still young. They're in senior 5, senior 4. They are good players. I've been playing for some good time. I won't go there. Then she was like, where do you want to go? I was also confused, not knowing where to go. After that, my dad decided to take me to Gombe. senior secondary school in Butamba. Studied for the 2 years, finished my O-level from there. After then, I went to Chibuli, senior secondary school, but on handball, not netball, because I learned netball in Gombe. Picked up the game quickly, and I was a star. Then Chibuli spotted me. And then I went to Chibuli secondary school because of handball, yeah.
Yes.
That is where I finished my A-level from. When I was in Gombe, I used to play netball at first.
Okay.
Then there's that tournament called Novice. It was a tournament for upcoming players, like you want to join handball, what. By then they didn't have the handball players. Most of them were off that stage. So they decided to teach us. After that, maybe that coach of handball thought that saw something in me. Then he started training me. After the novices, he told me, you're going to start playing handball from today. Then talk to the sports teacher. Used to train both handball and netball. Even when we went for the tournaments, I used to play handball and netball.
Okay.
Yeah. After senior 6, I thought of quitting netball. Reason being, I had no club to go to. Like, I wasn't that exposed. And maybe they used to undermine, saying she's short, small, she won't manage, what, like that. Then during the vacation, stayed at home until when those people of Wayonje called my sister, actually, Abalo. She was like, Wayonje, by then they'd come to the upper league. She was like, Wayonje contacted me, they want you to play for them. And I was like, it is okay. Since I'm doing nothing, why don't I go there? Then that's when we joined Wayonje. Then started playing the league. But at first we were too bad. The reason being, we were from different destinations, we play different game. By then we didn't have a good coach, like Coach Jesse. But after some time, Coach Jesse came in. But still when he came in, we had few players. We could play 7, you play 4 quarters, you 7. And by then we used to play 2 games a day.
No substitute?
No substitutes. So we could play the first 2 quarters very well. Then the last 2 is when we used to give up. And they could hit us by many goals. I think this time around I've been the best midfield player. Reason being, in this season, stolen very many goals, made sure all my passes were correct in the D. My shooters, scoring very well, encouraging them, working as a team. We are playing netball for 2 years, then being summoned. That's after school. It's an achievement to me. I was so happy, honored and blessed, I think. For I did not think these people would call me because of the size, height, and maybe the weight as well. Because it's my first time to be summoned. And even, I think I've not even spent 3 years in netball.
Oh, okay.